Do you need intros or outros for your business logo or social media platforms? Do you need an animated commercial for your business or products? Let me help you bring your ideas to life with one of these services. 3D animated explainer videos and presentations, whiteboard animation, music visualization videos, corporate, educational, and infographic video presentations, YouTube video creation and editing.
Are you promoting your business or events like this? Posting pictures of flyers and your business cards? Having a problem managing all your social media platforms? Let me create eye-catching promotional advertisements for your business or events that can be used on all social media platforms. I can create a social media marketing plan and posting schedule that will make your life easier. Contact me at Gold Star Administrative Logistics.
You just entered 1000 Watt Radio. You entered the room. Hit the like button. If you digging what you hearing, subscribe.
And if you really want to help me out, like I said before, like it, and leave a comment. Help your boy get into the algorithm.
When you drop in, you'll hear tracks like this. 1000 Watts Radio.
I'm
To Red Lipstick Vibes, the OG in the fucking hoe.
her heart shines on her face. Every step is a lesson, every word a song, teaching all the young sisters where they belong. In her eyes is a light, in her voice is a truth, dripping gems of wisdom like a river overflowing with femininity. She's a timeless queen, she shines so bright, with style and grace and words so sweet, it makes her feel complete. She's a timeless queen with style and grace. Divine femininity covers her face, dropping gems from her mother's heart. Her style is a mirror of inner peace. From her joyful soul to her red lipstick, she speaks femininity wrapped in elegance so fine. She's bold, she's divine. Jewels in her laugh, diamonds in her smile, teaching us to walk the extra mile. She's the treasure that all men seek to find. Every whisper, every quiet phrase, and a melody of life to guide our way. Whether the storm's standing tall, teaching us how to not fall. She's a timeless queen, she shines so bright, with style and grace and words so sweet, it makes her feel complete. She's a timeless queen with style and grace. Divine femininity covers her face, dropping gems from her mother's heart. Her mother taught us, and now she teaches me. She said every step shows your style, walking with grace every day. Find beauty in the small things, keep your head up even when you fall. Love yourself most of all. She drops gems of wisdom, holding to her mother's vision, God of love and intuition. Stay strong but soft, stay true, never play a part. Healing souls are set apart, blessed with wisdom from the start. Every move and every word she drops, gems from her mother's heart. She's a timeless queen, she shines so bright, with style and grace and words so sweet, it makes her feel complete. She's a timeless queen with style and grace. Divine femininity covers her face, dropping gems from her mother's heart. She's a timeless queen, she shines so bright, with style and grace and words so sweet, it makes her feel complete. She's a timeless queen with style and grace. Divine femininity covers her face, dropping gems from her mother's heart. She's a timeless queen with style and grace. Divine femininity covers her face, dropping gems from her mother's heart. We're dropping gems from her mother's heart. We're dropping gems from her mother's heart. We're dropping gems from her mother's heart. Her mother gave a treasure, diamonds and rubies of wisdom. Now she giving us the gems her mother gave. We're dropping gems from her mother's heart. We're dropping gems from her mother's heart. We're dropping gems from her mother's heart.
Hey everybody, welcome to Red Lipstick Vibe, where the vibe is always positive. How y'all doing on tonight? How y'all doing, guys? See, this time I remembered to take the overlay off. How's everybody doing on tonight? Thank you for tuning into Red Dropping Gems. This is a series that's on my podcast that is dedicated to my mama. I hope you guys enjoy the song that I wrote for my mom. Dropping gems from my mother's heart. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got something to discuss tonight. Okay. Let me get some of the house cleaning out of the way. Let's see who's in the chat. TC is in the chat. Hey, TC. Dr. Steele. Hey, Dr. Steele. Jay Wills is in the house. Hey, Jay. Miss She Said is in the house. Hey, sis. Shout out to She Breezy. Sea Breezy's in the house. How you doing, darling? Nino Nation is in the house. Hey, Nino. Thank you, Dr. Steele. Thank you. And to all the Cloud Watchers, make sure y'all hit that like button. And you had not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I want to shout out to Sea Breezy for the first super chat of the night. Gotta show a little love to the beautiful chocolate sea love. What you gonna call me when the summer comes? Because when the summer comes, baby, I get dark chocolate. Okay. And let's not forget talented RLP. He's so crazy. Thank you, C Breezy, for the first super chat of the night. Thank you guys for tuning in. So if you have not read the description, this is going to be a actual mini series. Okay. The mini series is called Mommy Dearest. As you know, a lot of stuff been going on in the world today. However, there's nothing new that me, myself, and Miss She Said have been talking about for 3 years now. Okay, so we're going to revisit a lot of the things that I've already talked about, or shows we've done on our wonderful mothers of today. So because there's so many components to the Mommy Dearest Syndrome, I had to split it up into sections. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be at least 6 shows breaking down different components of the Mommy Dearest syndrome. Okay, so for tonight's show, we are going to be talking about the depleted mother syndrome. Again, tonight's show, we're going to be talking about the depleted mother syndrome. So I'm going to drop the link as well if someone wants to come up and, join the conversation. But we're going to get through a little bit before I drop the link for somebody to come up and talk. So I just want to get through it because now this time, y'all know I love my slides. I did good, y'all. I did good. Only have 8 slides. I only have 8 slides. So those who know, look, I can come up with, look. I think one time I had like 30 something. Look. But I narrowed it down. So thank goodness I did break this up. We be here all night. So having said that, let's do some more housekeeping. Make sure you guys hit the like button. And also you guys already know what it is. The goals for tonight's show. And every show, it never changes. It's always the same. 5 memberships and $100 towards the Caleb's Paper Towel Fund. Shout out to Mr. Caleb and costing Mama a whole lot of money because he runs through the paper towels. Okay. Shout out to all of the autism community. There is the Cashapp. And just so those who want to do PayPal is the same at RedLipstickVibes. That will be dropped in the comments as well. Let me move this one over, y'all. Move her over. And put her here. Okay. All right, she's there. All right. So y'all all know that I always have an icebreaker, right? Icebreaker time. Let me find my icebreaker, and then we gonna talk about it. Well, Earth is it? Icebreaker. Oh, there it is. All right, y'all ready for the icebreaker? All right, here we go.
Can I tell you what a masculine trait is?
What is it, sir?
First of all, I can't wait till I get my soundboard fixed. I gotta hook the soundboard. First of all, Pastor, what is that on your head? Okay. What is that, y'all? I cannot. What is going on right here? Okay. I'm trying to understand. I don't know. Okay. Look, he is doing the most right now. All right. Let's see what he has to say.
Can I tell you what a masculine trait is?
What is it, sir?
Is being not agreeable.
Who said I wasn't agreeing?
Ma'am, I'm not going. Let me stay past beloved.
Okay.
And I say this with the most sincere ability. Okay, ma'am, you are hurting. Okay.
I'm hurting. Okay.
That is when they repeat it, because you heard me the first time.
Y'all heard this in there? Okay, so when they were repeating what you be saying, he tried to look. You heard me the first time, so you let me know that you hurting. Okay.
That is nothing, but I know that it's the truth, and it hurts.
But I'm trying to understand, what does all of this...
Shut up!
Okay.
I understand. Fellas, I got a question. Do y'all just want to say that sometimes? You know, just shut up. Especially like the guys, you know, the guys that be on the panels, you guys that be on the panels. Let me know in the chat. Do y'all just want to just bust out and say shut up? I do. Because I don't mean no harm. As a woman, sometimes I just want to just bust out just like the pastor did and just say shut up. Okay. I'm just saying. Let's go. This is hilarious.
Okay.
I apologize.
On that note, we gonna thank y'all because we gonna have to escort Mr. And what does all of this...
Shut up!
Okay.
I apologize.
On that note, we gonna thank y'all because we gonna have to escort Mr. Old Pastor Leviticus on out the door.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, but I promise you the next time my husband will be here.
Yeah, he can be here. He can deal with you, and I don't see how. I see why.
Well, you guys have...
Oh my God! Oh, okay. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Now she just said something. Now look, how many times have we heard women be like, "But my husband," but look, like the pastor said, I don't see how he can deal with this because I surely not. This is sad. I'm just saying. Oh my God, this is too funny. And it's too much like real, for real. Oh my God.
Let me say this. At the men's conference, I told him to separate because she don't respect, and now I see it how disrespectful she is to me.
You guys share, like, comment.
Yeah. Okay.
And we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.
I won't be on the next one.
That's for sure.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Smart mouth. Okay. Take this stuff off of me.
Oh my God. I mean, you know. Let's see what y'all think about Pastor Leviticus. What y'all think about the pastor? Johnny Blaze is house. Hey, Johnny Blaze. Frank White is in the house. Hey, Frank. Oh my goodness. What y'all think about the pastor? Let me see. Jose says, the quietest man in the room that makes the strongest man in the room. I like that. Nida says, he says, hey, Red, I say it. You tell him to shut up, Nida. Let me see. Frank says, nope, not going to be used against me in the future. Well, you know what? You have a point. You do have a point. Because we know how these little chickadees like to use things against you. They be holding, the whole thing, they be holding on to it. Next thing you know, you blasted all over the place. You remember when you yelled at me? Yeah. So I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Okay. That's Pastor Leviticus, Dr. Steele. That's Pastor Leviticus. He's funny. He has a TikTok and they do these shows. They are hilarious. It's too funny. Okay. Too funny. Let me take him down. All right, guys. Let's get into it and let's get into it. But I have a question for you guys first. Because we've seen a lot of people, content creators are doing, talking about the stuff that's happening with these mothers and stuff. Like this is something new, but it is not. We've been talking about it for how long have I been on here? I've been on this thing for like 4 years now. Tell me, guys, how do you guys feel about everything that's happening? Especially, well, I can use the two most recent ones. The one with the two babies that died in the car, and the one that left her kids alone for I think 2 years or something, like 3-4 years or something like that. How are you guys digesting all that? Do you guys feel like, or are you, because I was listening to this one young lady, she was saying that she feel like she's overwhelmed with the information that's coming out, with the pictures and the videos and things like that. And it's kind of overwhelming for her to consume all of that. She didn't mention whether she was, in the place of she didn't believe women or mothers, act like that or whatever. So how are you guys dealing with that? And I'm interested to hearing from the men too, because we hear from the women a lot. How are the men digesting all of this? And especially the men that don't have kids and want to have kids. Does this make you afraid to have kids now? My question to the men is, in light of everything that's going on with these mothers, right? Abusing the kids, which was been going on for, but these two cases have been like, in our faces, right? So to the men that do not have kids, does this make you not want to have kids? Thank you, Zyrex, for the membership. Does this situation make you not want to have kids now? Or is it making you question your judgment when it comes to the woman that you may now? Are you trying to have kids with? You know what I'm saying? Thank you, brother and sister, for the membership. How are you guys feeling? How are the men feeling about this now? Is this deterring you from wanting to have children now? What are you guys saying? Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. So Nino says, afraid, no, cautious, yes. Okay. I get that. Okay. Cautious. Okay. Hey, Zyrex. Dr. Steele says, it actually makes me consider how to treat, I guess you're saying, my children if I have any. Okay. So now, see, now your comment, Dr. Steele, kind of got me thinking about something. You said it would actually make you consider how you would treat your children. Does that include keeping a one roof household? Or I will say being more present in your children's life if you're in, a separation? Okay. So I was okay. I just wanted to make sure. Yes. Okay. I got you. All right. Okay. CBZ says, I'm definitely with Nino. Got to move a lot more strategic these days. So yes, cautious is number one. Okay. So now it's cautious. Okay. Because a lot of times when we listen to content creators, when they talk about marriage, they will say they don't use the word cautious when it comes to marriage. They will say they're afraid to do it. So that's why I was kind of surprised too, because I don't know. That's interesting. Okay. Y'all acting up. Zyrex says C Breezy is lying. Don't believe him. Okay. Frank White says, not afraid, just know there are slimmer options. Well, yeah. I get what you're saying. Zyrex is acting up. Zyrex. I'm just, look. Okay. Well, let's get to why we are here. Let me move this. Let me move the chat in the chat box. And I'm going to get it tinier. There we go. All right, guys. See Breezy, you super chatted? Let's see what see Breezy super chat is. See? Y'all wow. See Breezy says direct shut up. Okay. Y'all wow. Okay. So like I said earlier, this is going to be a mini series, okay? I coined it Mommy Dearest Syndrome. And you're going to see why I coined it that. There is no such thing as Mommy Dearest Syndrome, but that's what I'm going to call it, okay? Clock it. If you hear it somewhere else, you know where you got it from, okay? But let's get into it real quick. And later on, brother and sister going to pop up. Because there's a component in here that I think that they will have some insight on. All right, y'all ready? Let's take this ride. Come ride with me, y'all. All right, the Mommy Dearest mini-series is going to be comprised of this. Mother syndromes, which are a group of psychological conditions and patterns of behavior that can develop in mothers. So I'm not going to be on here dragging and tagging, although we're going to review some videos because we're going to do some explaining, okay? We're going to do some explaining, we're going to do some observations, and we're going to do some evaluations, okay? So if you want the other stuff, go to other places. But in this series, we're going to get down to the root of problems, okay? This is what we're going to do over here. And shout out to Cellulite for exposing a lot of things and working on the 2 cases that he's been working on and have done videos on it, because he really did shed a lot of light on a lot of things. So shout out to him. But I felt the need to go a little bit deeper and revisit some stuff that I and myself and brother and sis have already talked on years ago. For this one, this syndrome we're going to talk about tonight, there are resources in the description, references where I got my information, and a link to a show that myself, It's Michelle podcast, and Mrs. She Said did on Mommy Dearest. So when I say we talked about this stuff a long time ago, yeah, we did. We actually did. Yeah, we did. So you'll find all those things in the description. I made sure I put them in it before the show, because sometimes I'll forget, child. Okay, I will forget. So this time I'll put everything in there ahead of time. Okay. So this Mommy Dearest syndrome is going to be this Mommy Dearest mini series is going to be, we're going to be talking about the different types of mother syndromes, the types of mothers, which are characteristics and behaviors, how they affect the children, results, and solutions. Okay. Y'all got that? So let's talk about what we are going to talk about today. We are going to talk about the depleted mother syndrome. How many know what the depleted mother syndrome is? Do anybody know what the depleted mother syndrome is? Does anybody know what the depleted mother? Hi, Naomi. Naomi's in the house. Yes, shout out to Will. Do anybody know what depleted mother syndrome is? Well, let's find out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a video of what it looks like. Let me get rid of this. Here we go, guys.
I screamed at my kids this morning. Not just a little scream, like a big full-on screaming right back in their faces. It's just been one of those days ever since they woke up this morning. Everything has been a fight. Everything has been a struggle. They've been fighting with each other. They've been screaming at me. My 4-year-old told me she hated me because I couldn't untear her page that she asked me to tear. If you had asked me to guess what the hardest part of having kids was before I actually had kids, I probably would have guessed, like, I don't know, lack of freedom or lack of sleep or something like that. Wrong. It is the pure exhaustion that comes from emotionally regulating 24/7 a day. The patience and the strength that it takes to watch these humans combust in front of you and stay cool so that they can regulate and take in all of their emotions for them. Oh my God. Morning. I just lost it. I just screamed at my kids and I saw in their little eyes when all of a sudden it flicked. They were scared of me. And I sat them both down and I apologized, explained that you guys know how sometimes you guys get really upset. Well, mommy was just really upset and couldn't control her emotions anymore. Whatever reason, probably because no one vlogs it, because no one else wants to watch it. I feel like I'm the only one who has mornings like this with my kid. Even
it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's just like, I'm trying my best to like get everything together and just, whew. Y'all, I could not sleep last night. Like, I really couldn't. I could not sleep last night.
It's immensely overwhelming for mothers in particular to carry the load, the emotional, physical, all of the load for our children. And even if you have a really supportive spouse, it's impossible to fully understand the physiological and emotional well-being of what that takes to be a parent, right? Yeah. I will never regret standing up for children being who they are and who they were born to be, and supporting them in that emotional well-being side. I think that this country is really passionate about helping children, but I think so many people are afraid to talk about some serious issues.
There's nothing worse than a burned out mom. That's the worst. Like when you are at the end of your rope and you are exhausted and you are tired and you can't think or function or breathe, that is the worst. And that generally comes from just trying to do too much and cram too much in one day. So what do I recommend when you get to that point where you're running on empty, basically you're running on fumes and you can't function, is to stop and assess like why you're so busy and what you're so busy doing. Because what you'll find a lot of times is busyness is a form of avoidance. Okay. So the busier you are, sometimes the more you are distracting yourself from feeling your feelings and just sitting down. And so when you sit down and you have time to be quiet, you also have to process certain things that may be hurtful, that may be painful. So first ask yourself, what am I trying to avoid with all this busyness? And then further ask yourself, what can I gain by giving myself permission to be still? Typically what you gain is peace.
So I'm making this video to see if I'm the only one who goes through this or is going through this. Currently I've been feeling like I'm experiencing something called mom burnout. I've just been extremely overwhelmed, overstimulated, a little irritated, because I'm a mama every damn day, and from the moment I open my eyes to the time I close my eyes, somebody is needing me, wanting me to do something for them, or looking for me to do something for them. And I feel like lately I have been in an identity crisis. I don't even feel like I'm Jade anymore. I feel like I'm just mom and a partner. And I don't spend a lot of time with myself anymore. I don't do the things that I used to like to do. I'm extremely adventurous, and I haven't even been outside in God knows how long. So
I think being a mom is probably the hardest job ever. My job seems challenging. Nothing compared to being a mom. So always say, Mom, I respect you. I love you. Great job. Because we need to hear it sometimes. Take it from a mom. And then when you grow up, you're just like, wow, she made this look easy and just normal. I don't even remember a day that my mom was sick. You know what I mean? Like, you don't remember your mom ever not being available for you. And now that you're an adult, you're just like, oh my goodness, she's a superhuman. She's the MVP. That's why I said that. It's like, she did this with less resources and she made it look so seamless. And I look up to her so much because it's hard on me.
This is probably embarrassing to some. Being a full-time mom is hard, okay? It is hard. And like most days I'm okay, but today I don't know what came over me. I guess it's because I'm a full-time mom 24/7. So normally most days, I know how to handle my son. But today was just one of those days where I just didn't know what to do. He cried so bad, he showed off so bad in the store, like it just felt like all eyes were on you and you didn't know what to do. I felt like I could handle him. Like, it wasn't bothering me at first, but I guess that crying and it just really got the best of me. I had a full-blown panic attack. Like, I literally had to leave my son with his other mother and just walk away. I had to just walk away and go to the car. I couldn't breathe. I had so many thoughts running through my head. And I know it's okay to cry. I know it's okay to walk away and just take a breather, but I have never in my life felt like I couldn't do it. Like, the thoughts that were running through my head, it's just like, are you even fit for a mother? Can you do this? You got another baby on the way. Like, it gets hard. I really like, I feel like I'm still having a panic attack, but it's just more so calm now. I just need some words of encouragement, y'all, because this is crazy. It's hard. I need to put more money on the kids' lunch account. I need to get my dad a birthday card. Date for soccer enrollments coming up. A lot of time on their screens. What am I gonna make for dinner? Make something.
Now, this one right here with the mom brain 24/7, I am a victim of that. Okay. When I say 24/7, this is what my head sounds like. This is literally what it sounds like in my head, y'all.
Encouragement, y'all, because this is crazy. It's hard. I need to put more money on the kids' lunch account. I need to get my dad a birthday card. Date for soccer enrollments coming up. A lot of time on their screens. What am I gonna make for dinner? Make something healthier than what I've been making. Lord knows they won't eat it and they'll end up fighting. They want to go outside. If they get muddy, they're gonna need another bath. Doctor's appointment. I forgot to lock the front. I have to go outside to make sure that they're safe. Still need to do the dishes. I should really get more involved with the other moms so the kids don't forget to renew your license for work before next month. The appointment with the allergy specialist next week. To support my boyfriend. He does so much to show he supports me.
Am I the only mom that's actually confused at how her own mom was able to do this? How are you able to wake up, get yourself dressed, get me ready, take me to daycare or school, go to work a full shift, get off, pick me up, take me home, make sure I was fed, make sure I was bathed, put me to bed, wake up and do it all over again for years and years and years? Like, I'm just not seeing it. And my mom was so serious about going to work. If I was sick, I had to go to school for at least half a day, okay? Because I am not messing up my attendance and she has got to go to work. I was that girl that had perfect attendance every year. But I'm tired. I don't know if I can do this. Like, how am I supposed to have the energy to do all of this? Where do I find the patience? Did you find time to clean, cook, keep the house together? Time for yourself? Where is the balance? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the work-life balance. I'm not seeing it. There is not enough hours in a day to do all this. It's not enough hours in a day. Math is still not mathing to me.
I asked her. Stop.
That is depleted mother syndrome. That's what it looks like. Are we all on the same page now? Let's get into it. Depleted mother syndrome is also called mommy burnout and or exhausted mom syndrome, rushing mother, or maternal fatigue syndrome. Depleted mother syndrome, DMS, is a term used to describe a state of exhaustion and depletion that many mothers experience. It occurs when the demands of the mother, such as caring for the children, managing a household, and probably holding down a job, increase significantly. While the mother's personal resources like time, energy, and support, remember that word, guys, support is going to be very, very important, decreases. This imbalance can lead to a heightened emotional sensitivity, causing the mother's buttons to get pushed quickly and frequently, leaving her worn out and frazzled. Mothers today are expected to juggle more tasks, like work long hours and sleep less, than previous generations. They are often expected to have superhuman powers of resilience, leading to feelings of guilt and a consistent sense of never being good enough. Excuse me, y'all. I need to drink. I'm eating candy, and I shouldn't be eating candy. I think it went down the wrong way. I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Shout out to the cherry balls. I should have left them downstairs. Okay. Additionally, many mothers are also dealing with the physical and psychological depletion that can come from pregnancy, breastfeeding, and weaning, all of which can take significant toll on their well-being. Did you know that a staggering 80% of new mothers reported feeling depleted, overwhelmed, and disconnected from their pre-baby selves? Now I found that part was very interesting because that goes back to when brother and sister did the show on the baby shower. Like a lot of these things are not talked about with the new mother that's coming into motherhood. That you're not your old self once you become a mother. They're not telling them this. This alarming statistic highlights the growing epidemic of depleted mother syndrome, a condition that plagues countless mothers in the United States. Guys, question. Why do you think this number is so high in the United States? That's the question for the chat. While I take another sip because that candy is tickling in my throat. Oh my goodness. It is down. I think it went down the wrong pipe. Bad cherry ball. Bad cherry ball. Question for the chat. Why do you think this number is so high in the United States? I'm interested to see your answer. Why do you think this number is so high in the United States? As the demands of mothers continue to rise while their resources dwindle, it is no wonder so many are left feeling physically and emotionally drained. Alongside with increased demands on mothers, many women also experience a decrease in resources for mothers, such as a limited support system, financial constraints, or a lack of time for self-care. This imbalance between the demands and available resources can contribute to the development of depleted mother syndrome. Why do you think that this is so high in the United States and nowhere else? I'm interested to see what you guys think. Brother said they should have told you at the baby shower what you were in for. Yeah, and you should left with a list of numbers and contacts and support, not candy. Did you say candy beans, brother? Jesus, I can't. Brother says, and your dad take care of your mom. So what is he? I don't know what that goes with, but okay. Sis says that candy is like tickling my throat, y'all, and I'm trying to be respectful, not like cough myself to death up here. You make the balance if hard and truly uneven. I'm just saying. Brother says time management is a thing, love. Yeah, she definitely needed time management. Dr. Steele says, I'm seeing the generational differences when it comes to motherhood. Okay. Yeah. Sis says poor eating habits. It does. I think that does affect their hormones, most definitely. A lot of hormonal imbalances. We eat terribly. Processed and ultra processed foods don't help a woman natural biological makeup. That's very true. See, Bree, look, I thought I was gonna need one. And Uncle Ricky says, single mothers. Put a pin in that, Uncle Ricky. Put a pin in that. Put a pin in that, Uncle Ricky. Put a pin in that. And Zyrex says, lack of knowledge. Yes, I agree. And that's just like going back to when brother and sis did the show on the baby shower. Lack of knowledge. They're not getting any knowledge of what they're about to expect when they bring in a child into the house, into their life, right? Getting all the fanfare, the games, the music, all the other fanfare stuff, but are they giving out information? Are the women sitting around this young lady to say, this is what's going to happen to you physically and emotionally? This is what's going to happen to you. Because if we go back and read what I just read, a lot of the points goes back to support, right? And support is not just someone coming to help you. Support is just giving information, giving out some wisdom. Let's see. Dr. Steele says, I was wondering if this was something to do with the lack of men in the household. Some of these women that were on this have the husbands or fathers in the household. So it's not solely a single mama thing. It is not. Not to say that there's not a high percentage of it is single mama. But for that particular, I think four of the young ladies have the men in the household, including Rihanna. Brother says, no villages raising the children anymore. Yeah, that's very true. That has a lot to do with it. C. Breezy says, there's already so many external forces adding to the stress. Very true. Sis came back with, women must remain in this reality of consciousness. Princess mentality is real. Dr. says that if you watch those clips, husbands and fathers are barely mentioned. If they're talking about how they're feeling, I don't know if the husband will be mentioned. They're talking about what they're feeling. But I get your point. Sarah says individualism. Good one. Okay. Y'all thinking. I like it. Zyrus came back with postpartum happens with and without father in the household. Exactly. Yes, it does. And as you can see, the last part of that clip, young lady was in the house with the man and the baby, and she was totally freaking out. She was having a postpartum rage. See, we said that's a fact. And let me go down and see what else anybody says. Then we're going to go ahead and move on. Okay. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's go to the next slide. So here's what it looks like. All over the place. Resources is down, but the demands on the mama is up. And so your sensibilities is over the top, okay? So this is what it looks like. You know you got two hands, but you got 4, 5, and 6. So this is a visual look at what depleted mother syndrome looks like. She all over the place, okay? She is all over the place. All right, let's get into some signs and symptoms of depleted mother syndrome. Extreme fatigue. Mom rage, just all over the place, irritable, like the young lady in the clip, she was like, you know, I yelled at my kids today because she kind of flipped, right? Feeling overwhelmed and overloaded, lack of motivation or interest, emotional detachment. Now, you really need to pay attention to that emotional detachment, right? How many times we have seen, I don't know, but like in my life, I've seen women literally after they've given birth don't even want to hold their babies. Or they become so emotionally detached from the, like they really don't like their kids anymore. So there is an emotional detachment that happens from the children, from your partner, and for yourself. Remember in the clip where the girl was like, she was like, I don't even know who I am anymore. Right? Difficulty concentrating and making decisions. You just all over the place. All over the place. All over the place. Neglecting self-care. How many times we seen these moms, they in the bonnets all day, they ain't washed their behind all day, you know. Didn't even bother to brush their teeth, okay? Don't do exercise, don't take a walk, don't take a breather, doesn't do anything. She just solely focused on these children. And then you have the feeling like you're a failure as a mother. It's when the guilt comes in. It goes to, I think Sis put in the chat, the hormone imbalances that goes on. Withdrawal from social activities. Stop interacting with family, stop interacting with friends, secluded, cutting yourself off. And a lot of times, what causes this syndrome is you put unrealistic expectations on yourself. You feel like you have to be the perfect mom. I need to be like my mother. I need to be like how my grandmother was. And that's impossible because you're not them. Sorry, y'all, that's my dad. Lack of support, not having enough help from your partner, family, or friends. Now, in this case, we will have a lot of people that have support, but they don't ask for the help. They don't let people in. It goes back to the emotional detachment, or the not the emotional attachment, but the withdrawal from social. You don't interact with people, so how are you going to ask for help? See how they like kind of knocking each other out, right? So if you're detaching yourself from family, friends, and your partner and whatnot, you're really not talking to them. How will they know if something's like really, really wrong and get the support that you need if you're not opening your mouths and really talking about it? You internalizing everything. And then when you internalize everything, it's like a volcano under pressure. It's just waiting to explode, right? And what we want to do is, with this Mommy Dear series, we want to make sure that you don't get to explode, right? Sleep deprived. Yes, not getting enough sleep. And poor nutrition and exercise. You're neglecting your health. You're neglecting eating properly. Just like Sis said earlier, you're eating a bunch of processed foods. And this is what happens. You know, our nutrition plays a big part in it, especially if after you have you just given birth as well, right? nutrition plays a big part of the postpartum part. You know, they tell you to eat right, you know, while you're pregnant, but post-pregnancy nutrition is very, very important. It's very, very important. So these are some signs and symptoms that, so if you and your partner or your wife or the mother of your children, if you notice any of these symptoms, just know that she may be experiencing depleted mother syndrome, mommy burnout. So this is important for you guys to also, you know the signs of stuff, so you'll know when there's trouble. You'll know when to step in. Just like the young man at the end, you know, she was going through postpartum rage really bad. And thank God he was there to step in, because if he wasn't there to step in, she could have deleted that baby. Like, she was in total blackout. Marcus, you lucky you got a wrench, because the witching hours will be at 3 in the morning. Thank you very much. Make sure you be there. So these are the signs and symptoms for it, right? Shout out to Marcus for being here. I have a clip I want us to see. Brother and sis, if you are going to chime in on the part of now is the time to come up if you can. Let's go over the single mom. Now, because Uncle Ricky, I told y'all to put a pin in it, right? So let's look at what the single moms are saying about depleted mom syndrome.
Single parent with a limited support system. Of course, I have to decide whether I'm going to provide or take care of my kids. I'm a single parent with a limited support system. Of course, I can't drop my kids off at their granny house. I'm a single parent with limited support. Of course, my co-parent thinks that getting his child every weekend eliminates his financial obligation. I'm a single parent with a limited support system. Of course, I know what it's like to lose cars, houses, pretty much everything. I'm a single parent with a limited support system. Of course, my bounce back game is tight. I'm just tired of having to bounce back all the time, though. I'm a single parent with a limited support system. Of course, you can't understand why I miss field days, honor roll programs, and things like that. I'm a single parent with a limited support system. Of course, I feel like I'm failing as a parent. I'm a single parent with a limited support system. I don't even panic when I get these anymore. I'm a single parent with a limited support system. Of course, I'm struggling. That's what happens when you have 2 kids out of wedlock, right? I'm a single parent with a limited support system. Of course, I've never had a kid-free summer.
Let us stop right here. At least she understands where she's at. Okay. Of course, this is what it feels like when you have 2 kids out of wedlock. Yes, that's exactly what it feels like. That's exactly what it feels like, lady. Hold on, y'all. Let me bring up in. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let's get back to it.
Of course, I've never had a kid-free summer. I'm a single parent with limited support. Of course, my co-parent thinks that I'm an unfit parent. I'm a single parent with a limited support system. Of course, God is my ultimate source because he's the only one who's always going to answer. People stop answering when they think you're going to need something all the time.
I want to say this to the men so y'all can better understand what's really going on with us women. We are mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually exhausted in motherhood, okay? The domestic labor falls on us, and we know that society goes by traditional roles, so a lot of the household deeds fall on the women. But for us, we constantly have to be attentive to what our children need when they're sick, when they look like they're about to become sick, their education, their emotional well-being, them learning, their coping skills. This is all of everything that we are paying attention to. On top of loving our children, we're trying to find spaces to be able to love ourselves. On top of trying to create safety for our children, we're looking at safety and security within ourselves. And sometimes because of all of the expectations and obligations and burdens and the load on us, we can't find that safety. So we turn to our partner, and sometimes in our partner, because they resent us so much for the transitions that we have faced in our motherhood, we can't find safety with them as well.
Oh, so I'm glad I have some because I would love to hear Sis's reaction to what she just said. So you guys, welcome to the stage.
Going hard all night, this bitch. Them jiggers got me feeling right, this bitch. And I just might have a fight in this bitch, cause I just seen a nigga home like in this bitch. Going hard all night, this bitch. Them jiggers got me feeling right, this bitch. And I just might have a fight in this bitch, cause I just seen a nigga home like in this bitch.
Support system. Of course, I have to decide whether I'm going to provide or take care of my kids.
Shout out, we got brother and sis in the house, Mr. and Mrs. She said it. Y'all on mute.
Hey sis.
Hello, hello, hello.
So
How
what
we sound?
Yeah, you sound good. You sound good. And see, look, I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm going back into cherry balls after I'm choked.
Be careful now.
They addictive. So what do you guys think about what you've heard so far?
Oh my goodness. That was a mouthful, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like we forgot what our role was. And the role that we are choosing to be in, we don't want to be in. That's what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only nation that complains about motherhood. And it's a fucking shame.
Yep.
Y'all need to get back to the rightful order of things. It is your responsibility to cultivate those children.
Mm-hmm.
I do not understand it. And I think it's the privilege that's invisible to them. Now, we absolutely understand there's women that's not cared for. They chose the wrong nigga and all that. That's a you thing.
Right.
But it's ways that we as women are to move respectfully to create this cohesive environment for everybody. You know, that's the femininity, that's the inspiration, that's the creativity, that's the nurture, that's the care. Those are the things that we are supposed to possess.
Mm-hmm.
But when you couple, you know, the societal norms, TV, media, the easily influenced, you know, naive and gullibleness of girls and women, like, we get into motherhood choosing it, right? Because obviously you chose it, you're here.
Right.
And then we want to pawn off everything to everybody else and complain. You know, it's quite unique to hear that. Was it sped up?
Yeah.
That was pouring out.
Yeah, I sped it up for
Okay. And she was speaking for all women, for every reason, for every excuse, for any kind of situation they could possibly find themselves in, respectfully. I absolutely understand, you know. I can empathize.
Right.
But we need to be clear now, moving forward, that motherhood is one of the hardest jobs in the world. And y'all have to admit that y'all don't really want to do it.
Facts. Right.
In my mind, this is what I'm seeing. Like, you really don't want to do it. You want the illusion and the idea of family, husband, children, and being a mother.
Right.
But I don't understand that mindset. I was one of those where I needed to be in their space all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So my jobs worked around school, but we're not going to be focusing on me. Yeah, that's my opinion. That was a lot to hear from female humans, women.
a lot. Let's finish hearing what the single mamas have to say.
Single parent with a limited support system. Of course, I have to decide whether I'm going to. I'm a single parent with a limited support. I'm a single parent. I'm an unfit parent.
Spiritually exhausted in motherhood, okay? The domestic labor falls on us, and we know that society goes by traditional roles, so a lot of the household deeds fall on the women. But for us, we constantly have to be attentive to what our children need when they're sick, when they look like they're about to become sick, their education, their emotional well-being, them learning, their coping skills. This is all of everything that we are paying attention to. On top of loving our children, we're trying to find spaces to be able to love ourselves. On top of trying to create safety for our children, we're looking for safety and security within ourselves. And sometimes because of all of the expectations and obligations and burdens and the load on us, we can't find that safety. So we turn to our partner, and sometimes in our partner, because they resent us so much for the transitions that we have faced in our motherhood, we can't find safety.
So that's the part I want to talk about. When she says sometimes you can't turn to your partner because your partner resents us for the transitions that we have during motherhood. What do you think about that, Phil? And brother chime in too if you can speak from the male part.
I don't know that. So, that's something that internally they can be feeling, hormonally you feel a sense of self-worth, a lack of self-worth. It's a lot of emotional and psychological things that happen during pregnancy, after pregnancy, and it could last for a long time after pregnancy. Now, each person is individual. I can't speak for all women. But this is when we speak about those baby showers and the beforehand and the training, up unto, the conversations, the dialogue, the building sessions, with the women prior, getting back to that natural. But that's not what's happening. So this is what's going to happen. If you want a career and you want to get dolled up and you want to hang out, you want to go on trips, like the life of being a mother is not something that you should be contemplating. And I understand everybody is not choosing, but they're doing it. This is what where the pandering comes in. Yeah, when you fuck, you have sex, intercourse, it creates children, whether you want them or not, whether you have protection or not.
Right.
That's the reality of things. So when we're out here being frivolous and it happens, and it's not something that you really want to do, yeah, you're forced to do it. So this is the kind of mentality that comes out because there's women like me and you who we know the consciousness we chose, the reality that we live in, and it's absolutely my responsibility. Tired, making sure, looking at the little signs of when they're sick, noticing everything.
Yeah.
Like that's being responsible parent, a conscious parent. Now, if you just don't want to do that, and I don't know what kind of training is going on, but even if we didn't get it, it's something that I've grown up and hear women. A woman said it to me today, like it's something that's supposed to naturally kick in, and it's not true.
Not true. Yeah.
So we need to stop creating that dynamic because it's not true. Every woman that creates a child does not have a natural nurturing instinct that's just going to kick in and they're going to do everything that's, right and responsible for that said child. You know what I mean? So, that's all I can spew out for right now. You did. Yeah. Got something to add about the burnout? Did you cause me extra stress with those children?
Yeah, no.
Did I change into a evil woman or?
I mean, sis, I only
three babies.
I'm a guy, so I don't really have a lot to add to this conversation. But all I would add is the baby shower aspect. Like I put in the chat, like they're leaving with candy peens. They're not leaving with any knowledge, with any information. Like the priority set around baby showers is just terrible. And that's why you see what you see. They don't prepare them to tell them what they're looking for. They don't leave with a list of contacts and people that can reach out to them and talk to them when they are feeling like that, because their men are not equipped and they don't have the foresight, wherewithal, or care enough to put those things in motion and in place. So as a guy looking in, I just see it as a young lady not preparing. All of that, some of them didn't ask to be mothers and all of that. I don't.
Right. Yeah. That's the part kind of like what?
I don't buy that at all.
Exactly.
30 forms of birth control and the Plan B. Again, she's the only one with all the information.
Right.
When we lay down in that bed,
And
she
giving
has
access.
all the information. I only got some of it. She
Mhm.
knows if when she get pregnant, if she's gonna have it. She knows if she's gonna, allow me to frequent my child's life or not. She if she can produce the baby naturally, she knows what her body can do. Like she knows, she has all the information, and I only get it in bits and pieces. So you can't, sell me that all of them didn't want to get pregnant, because you know how many forms of birth control it is, man.
Exactly.
And saying no.
Fuck out of here. So
And don't be in con.
any baby who 10 toes touch this earth is because the woman wanted them to
The
touch
one
this.
wanted it. Exactly. Yeah.
So, anybody
Mhm.
that disagrees, please come up and share why. But
I'm
that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm about to drop the link. Thank you guys for the support so far. We only need 2 more memberships to meet our goal. And please be $100 in the Caleb's Paper Towel Fund on the Cash App. Make sure you guys hit the Cash App. And there it is right here. So you guys won't miss it. But thank you we almost to our membership goals. Thank you guys. Let's continue.
As well. So you have to be able to extend some type of grace. And that's what we mean when we say we want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want to be understood, we want to be validated. We need you all because we understand that mentally, psychologically, men and women are not the same. We understand that, but as a partner, we need you to try to step into our shoes, see it through our eyes, hear it through our ears, feel it through our heart so you can better.
Talk a little bit about your journey, your experience as a mother.
So this snippet is from a woman when she talks about she hates being a mother. Let's listen to what she has to say.
Has led you to the conclusion of
I love my sons who are adults, 28 and 33. However, I have not enjoyed motherhood. So as we talked about real quick on our live, I was like, my experience as a mom has not been easy. So first of all, I started out as a teen mom. That's difficult in itself. My son's father never really played a part in his life. We were both in high school, so he went on to live his life and move around the cabin, and I had to shift my life. Then I got married. I was in an abusive relationship and then got a divorce. So I have experienced so many different things as a mom that have not been joyous experiences for me. So, like I said, there are some joyous moments. However, it has been very, very difficult for me. And funny enough, it's been harder having adult children than it has been when they were younger. What do you go? You go ahead, sis, because then I want to say something after that. Because I got kind of triggered.
I mean, I can absolutely understand her view, right? I am a woman. That's her perspective of her motherhood. To say it's right or wrong, that part is absolutely not my place. But I can have a perspective about the circumstances.
Right.
That teen parent thing. It's like it's understandable and shown grace to her because she was young. But what about him?
Right.
He was a fucking high school teenager too. It's like there's no grace for the other side.
Right. Yeah.
So don't you think he had that same, I don't want these kids either. But you sucked it up. You raised them, said you didn't enjoy it or whatever the case may be. And it's harder as adults than when they were little. So, that's unique to hear. Every story is different.
Right. Yeah.
Spending almost 50 years walking around meeting an abundance of mothers. Like I talk to strangers, cashiers, all that. So, motherhood always comes up and every story is different. So respectfully, I can absolutely understand, but this is just showing that we are all not the same.
Yes.
We are all not the same. And, the worst decision or the best decision you can make in your life is the person you choose to fucking, create life with.
Right. Exactly.
Even being a young teenager. I'm very happy that my mother was 15, 16, 17, and we are all by my father. And they were married when she was like 16 and a half. You understand? It didn't last. She was gone by 20. You understand? But that was the purpose. We were created.
Right.
Now, what we do with the lives is what we do with it. But we are living in a world of delusion. You know, so if the Matrix is something that's real, I mean, y'all, we living in it.
Okay.
We living in it. Let's get back to the natural order of things.
Living in a
Because it sounds
simulation.
like it's a job that they don't want to do, but you are the only person capable of fucking doing it. Like, you know what I mean? For me, that's the reality of it. So when me personally, when our children came along, I wasn't expecting him. I was absolutely a control freak because I felt like I needed to do everything. I know what's best. You know what I mean? Even though I didn't. But that was my mindset. I'm eager. I'm excited to take on this task. So these types of mentalities, I really don't understand. This is why we promote conscious parenting, because it's something we do for real. So what do you think, sis?
When I listened to that, at first, of course, you know, I went to the comments. The comments was really had me going. But when I listened to, like you were saying, you know, everybody's story is different. I just don't think I would say I hate. If I was in her situation, I don't know if I would have said I hated being a mother. You know, because hate is such a strong word. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I feel it's like marriage, like that roller coaster.
Yeah,
You know, it's a roller coaster I don't want to get off in my marriage, and it's a duty, a role, a title that I don't want to get off. And I absolutely understand and respect that it's going to be highs and lows and shit that I don't like, and things that are going to be great and successful and failure. Like, that's a part of it. We just act like we just can't adapt. So
I think that's one of the problems is, you know, but it was that I think the choice of words kind of like maybe like hatred is such a, you know, I will in a second. Hatred is something. Yeah, I'm like, oh
even
my
grown
God.
people, they know the words they using, sis, now.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, do you really hated it, or you found it
It's
difficult?
hard for some people. It was horrible. They had a horrible pregnancy. They had a horrible delivery. They had a horrible, you know, connecting with the baby and not being able to breastfeed. All of it. I absolutely understand.
Yeah, it was just that. Ooh, that kind of like, because I just honed on that word. Look, she said hated. I was like, geez, that's a lot. But yeah, that's all I had for this one. Because you know, like you were saying, like we don't know her. You know, she just gave a little insight of what was going on in her life, and you know, about us not being in her shoes, we don't know the emotional and mental things that she was going through. For her to say that I hated, I just thought that was like such a harsh word, you know. So let's continue. I'm going to drop the link in a minute. See Breezy.
Consider myself someone that stands 10 toes down on the fact that I regret motherhood. It's like I don't like regret my daughter. I regret the role.
I think people are rubbed the wrong way about it because most moms feel that way.
So see, you see, she's saying the same thing the other lady said. I don't regret my kid, but I just regret being a mother. That's like the going thing that you're going to hear. I don't regret my child. I don't regret having them, but I just regret the whole motherhood thing.
That's unique. Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
I can absolutely understand. You know, I think they might reflect a little deeper. You know, because are you resentful of the person you chose and that didn't work out?
Right. That's why I want.
You had to wind up doing it by yourself, because that can absolutely be something. It's like, damn, I thought he was going to be Prince Charming, or he was going to change for me, or whatever, and that didn't work out. And now he don't love his kids enough to change for me.
Yeah. Right. And
it's crazy.
Honestly, sister, because I only did a couple of these clips, and the ones that I was going through, and some of them I was like, I want to use those for the tribe reacts, because especially one of them, because it gets very interesting. I find that a lot of times it's not even about the motherhood part. It's about the man not being there through the motherhood. It's not even about that. They're angry that he's not there. They're mad about that he's not.
It's not just one thing. It should be a combination of things. Poor choices.
Right. But
see what that says at the bottom? Good moms, bad choices. That's what it says. I don't know about the good moms part.
Yeah.
Self-proclamation.
That was the name of the episode that I was watching. But what I was saying is, when I'm listening to the single moms part, right? And they say they didn't like motherhood and it was terrible, whatever. But it all if you get deep into their conversations, it 9 times out of 10 is surrounded by the fathers not being there, or didn't marry them, or didn't stay. You know what I mean? And so they hold that resentment towards them, and then therefore now they don't like being a mother. If you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them have they tend to say that at some point in these podcasts, that a lot of times it has to do with the man not being there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's right.
And you're not allowed to say it.
There is an anxiety that I have developed having a child that never lived in me before at all. The fear of, even when she's not with me and I don't have to be selfless, I'm still thinking about, is somebody going to hurt her? Is a fucking earthquake gonna happen? A mother is like who I am, like at my core. And because of that, it consumes a lot of my thoughts, and I fucking hate that.
I need space from my child in order to be a good parent. I can play as much as a 34-year-old woman can play.
Yeah.
But like feeling guilty about that too. Like, I chose to be a mother. You're supposed to love every part.
One day she's not gonna want to play
She's
with
not
you,
gonna want to
and then
play.
you
You're gonna wish
play.
she played. No, I won't.
Being the only parent that sacrifices, it's
Wow.
fucking draining. I don't care what nobody say. That shit is fucking draining. I could just imagine how it is having 5 kids, because I'm struggling with one. Like, the shit is just draining, and it's horrible when you have to accommodate the next parent that does the bare minimum. It's like, what the fuck? Or is it just me?
I quit being a mom. Fuck it. Fuck it. My hands are tied. Fuck it. I can't do it anymore. It's too much. It's too hard. It's a lot. You smell me? You smell me? I'm trying to be a baby daddy. That's what I want. That's what I'd like to do. I'd like to be a baby daddy. Baby daddy me, please. Because, whoa, this is not what I signed up for. This is not what I was expecting.
When you think about
Told y'all.
I've been told them niggas go get their kids. Go get your kids.
Gotta go get them babies.
And you can't, and ladies, you can't keep none of the support. You can't keep the child support. You can't keep the Section 8. You can't keep the food stamps. You can't keep the Medicaid. You can't keep none of that shit. If you get that.
Yeah. It's even deeper than that.
Yes.
He said she wanted to flip the script. She wanted to be the baby daddy in this situation.
Right.
Is your microphone on?
Sis. Let me see.
Oh yeah. I hear you both.
Okay. So this is what we talked about. Everybody's jealous of everybody, sis.
Yes.
That's penis envy. That's peen envy. And then they run around talking about men got vagina envy. And like we said, everybody's jealous of everybody. Young people jealous of old people.
Old people
Girls is jealous of boys. And like, it's all across the board. And she's actually saying it. Like, they're just jealous that they don't have peens. But again, like I said, sis, they have all the information. They know if they're going to treat our babies nice. They know if they're going to feed them nutritiously. They know what type of mother they're going to be ultimately. They know they can't handle pressure. Like, this is what I see. I'm a sports person. Always going to be. And when I see people that crack under pressure, all I see is people that crack under pressure. Because when it's time to perform the championship game, like, that's the one you want to win. Who the hell wants to win all year and then get to the final game and then lose it? Right. So all of this shit means something. And to get a woman that, any little thing that piles on is just another straw. And then here comes the straw that breaks the camel's back.
They ain't shit nothing but your fucking hormones.
And this is what they do. You know what I mean? And again, fellas, if you allow them to do this to you, you allow them to have you walking on eggshells when they're the ones with all the information. She knew she was a bitch. She knew she was okay. She was tumultuous. She knew she was disagreeable. again, you the one that got to find all this stuff out. She has all this information. You got to get it.
Mm-hmm. You know what you got yourself
So,
into.
it's crazy. And when
On
I
both
meet
sides.
women like you and the missus, like, yeah, I hear all of these bitches that just don't know nothing. But then I meet you, who is intentional and has a child with special needs and still time management and attentive and cares about the diet, nutrition, and skin and hair. This shit is purposeful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And made sure he pushed through
It's
all the
just
things
they
that he
not,
could.
they mad at the people who are. And, I'm sorry for being so long-winded. Yo, see, good, Famo.
Good.
How y'all doing?
All right.
How's my sound?
Oh, you sound pretty good.
Yeah, you sound good.
All right.
Okay.
Let's finish this.
No, man. I mean, I mean, he. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. He was waiting for you.
No, I was saying, he said, he definitely said a mouthful, man. Especially like, and I'm gonna just backtrack to what you were saying earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing to me how women to get pregnant, have a child, and then in the same breath turn around and say, well, this is not what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want motherhood. And it's fun to me because, like, I don't even have any kids, but even I know biology, like, come on, man, even if you're using protection, as soon as you lay down and have sex, it's still a chance you're gonna wind up pregnant. You know what I'm saying? The only surefire way you're gonna prevent pregnancy is not to have sex at all. But shit, when you take any type of protection out of it, you're pretty much saying, I want to get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And have to handle everything that comes along with that. And that should be common sense. So when I hear him trying to rationalize it, that just kills me, man, because I'm like, that what you're saying makes absolutely no sense.
Right. Let me
And
ask
then
you
like
something.
the lady that was up there,
No, I was gonna ask you because you said, they be trying to rationalize it. Are women really rational?
Heck no.
All the thoughts that go on in
of
their
course not.
heads and our heads and stuff, right? So yeah, this is something.
Impulsive can be.
N- And not just by the way, and Miss She said, not just by the way of thinking, the actions are rational as well. Because you may say one thing, but then you turn around and do the total opposite.
Right.
That's something.
Matter of fact, you'll turn around and do something that you know is a bad decision, and then still turn around and hope for better results. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I was listening to the lady that was sitting up there, when she was saying that, she wasn't I like how she tried to play with words. She was like, I wasn't ready for motherhood. Not saying I didn't want my child, but that's not what I wanted. And it's like, are you even thinking about the fact that one day your child may hear this interview and hear you say that?
Yeah.
So,
That's why they add in, I love
Good
my
point.
child. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, they wanted a nut, but they got a seed instead.
Exactly.
Turns and just side swiping it left and right, It's just too much.
It's crazy,
too much. So I
man.
quit. Fuck that. Fuck the kids. And
I see why you be going off the way you do.
Motherhood might not be hard for you, but when I tell you motherhood for me got hands, it got hands.
do it.
Okay, working my ass.
Okay.
When I tell you my friend Taylor was born to be a mom, she has thrown her whole everything into being a mom. She makes all the cool school stuff for the kids,
I got one of those
all the
too.
little bucket things for Halloween and all the holiday celebrations and all that. Great, perfect, right? I ain't got it in me.
Yeah, period.
I got you. Exactly. Thank you. I appreciate that. I got y'all 3 costumes off Amazon. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all that. She done sold them and they look cute. Some people are okay with that, and some people aren't. Nonetheless, we're both still good moms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did the kid eat?
Yeah.
Is the kid safe?
Okay.
Is the kid dry?
Okay.
Is the kid got a bed?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the kid emotionally cared for? Absolutely.
Stay-at-home moms be like, I need a break from
what?
I swear to God, I was like, boom, like, oh hey, he's just waking up. All right, I'll call you right back. All right, bye. Hey, dipshit, how's your head feel? Yeah, you know, I knew I liked these Rachel Ray pants. Quality right there. So, did you learn your lesson? Yeah, don't talk no shit, won't be no shit, buddy.
I had to put that in there.
Lord have mercy.
They be talking trash about the stay-at-home mamas, okay?
It's the dynamic that's created. There's no respect for what the man does outside the home. Now, if you got a man in the house and he ain't doing shit, he don't work, you know what I mean? Like, you chosen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you laid up with him. But men, when they outside, they work.
Exactly.
Respectfully.
All right. This not gonna be a long drawn out show today, guys. Because like I said, this is a mini series, Mommy Dearest mini series. I calculated at least additional 4 shows to complete this series. It's a lot, sis. Oh my God. I didn't expect it to be that much. Like, oh my, yeah, it's a lot. So for the next 5 weeks on Mondays, this is what we're gonna be talking about. We're going through these mother types and syndromes and borderline personalities and why these bitches is crashing out. We're gonna find out why.
I mean, when you know, you recognize, and you have the opportunity to do better, you know.
Exactly. And that was my purpose too, because like, you know, we get the, you know, bringing to light of the situations, you know, and talking about, you know, like, you know, when we're talking about the incidents that's happening and things like that. But are we addressing the whys when we're talking about it? So that's why I was like, you know, everybody else is doing the news reporting, and everybody else is doing the shaming. You know what I'm saying? So let me be a little bit of the balance here. Let's talk about the issues that these women, whether they know they have or they don't know they have, and the reasons why these chickadees are crashing out like this.
They don't know.
No, I was just
because that's what I'm saying. They don't know, because a lot of it, just like we said, like, you know, you said on last Tuesday, brother, they don't know because nobody is telling them these are the things that you're going to experience when you're carrying a child and when you give birth.
Whether you married or not, whether you're with a man or not,
married or not,
you got 2 men and a whole group of people around you. Like, you don't know what's going to happen.
That
you
baby
have no
is
idea.
To you, ma'am. Not to say forget the father, but that baby comes out of you.
And there's an attachment, like at least 18 months. There's absolutely a biological attachment. When you look in other nations, them babies is hooked on a body. Like, they walk with them. It's you know.
Everywhere.
And I remember that. First one, New York City, all the trooping, please. I was carrying in that carrier till that girl was like 2 years old. Like, that child legs is long. Yeah, well, I need a right strap right to me.
And sis, some of these people, you know, shout out to everybody that still got their mom. You know, y'all don't know how lucky y'all are, and they use these words like tether, like they don't even understand how powerful these words are. Like these, like our moms, people who don't have their moms anymore, like we are the tethers. Like we are floating around in this earth unconnected from our foundation.
Yeah.
And until we find a village, until we find our tribe, kind of pull us back and give us foundation, we kind of just blowing out there in the wind. And like to hear, you don't want to be my mom.
Right.
You don't want to nurture me. You don't want to care for me. You don't want me, you know, to grow into something better, but expect me to grow into something better. Right. This is when I talk about those roses growing from concrete. I know this exists. Like, there's some people who push through this, the Kevin Durant's, the Tupac's, the LeBron James, and this is why we say what we say. When they do pull through, you guys take all the credit. But when they, you know, you gotta blame somebody, you, and it's unfair because it's the pressure. It either makes a diamond or it busts a pipe. How do you deal with pressure? And again, shout out to the young ladies who need that village, but you got to humble yourself and you got to say, the pressure gets a little overwhelming at times, and I need some people that can help me with this. And you got to find some people that you trust and believe in to help you with that.
Even if it's a handful, because
Right.
It's there was a lot of times living and being secluded away from people. It was a handful. Handful. So
yeah. And I totally get what you're saying, brother. Because and even in like I know you lost your mom when you were young, but even when my mother passed, it felt like something was cut from me. I can't explain the feeling that I had, but it is a separation. I literally felt it when her spirit left her body. It felt like something just. It's that I don't know what you would call it, but you feel it. It's that that separation,
Right.
that connection is no longer there. And like even now, like I will look. Even now, Mr. Caleb is 21. I still be like, love. I had to ask bro. I said, brother, he eating extra bacon. I be asking the craziest questions. Like he been doing this, and
again,
I
like
would have my mom to
they're
ask
just so insensitive.
have, you know
They're
what I'm
so
saying?
insensitive.
But at the same time, I'm grateful because I have a village to replace that. You know what I'm saying? Even though I had my OG dad, but it's something that when you can go to your mother and say, Mom, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. Like even now when I'm going through the perimenopause phase, like she been here. So I would wish could to ask her, like, Mommy, did you do this? Or did you have that? Or did you I would love to have had that. But at the same time, it goes back to that support, that village. You gotta have that. You have to have that. And that goes into our next segment, which is our last segment, strategies to overcome depleted mother syndrome. And I put the first one for a reason, because that is the hardest thing for a lot of us to do.
Absolutely. I can agree.
Ask for help.
And they be mad when they don't jump in. They be mad when they don't jump in.
And I was one of them. I was one of them that would not ask for help because I was always the one that everybody always came for help. You know what I'm saying? So I was always looked at the one that was the strong one, the one that always had together, the one always had the advice. So for me to ask for help was like, child, you know what I mean? It was like, so that's why I put number one, because I think that's the biggest problem with these young ladies is to ask for help. What you think, sis?
I think they want to control everything.
Yeah.
So that's a problem of asking for help. But then when you can't control everything, you got to be mad and blame and point the finger at somebody else. This is where a breakdown happens.
Right.
Especially when there was love there, right? Because you got all these expectations and all these things you want somebody to do, but you won't ask. You won't say nothing. You just expect it to be done because, I just know what to do. It's the same script. And it's real. It happens a lot from that. Can't ask for help. So please ask for help. Open your fucking mouth. Closed mouth won't get fed.
Yeah. And the
I'm
second.
sitting here.
Oh, okay. There you go. Okay. You got anything for this?
Yeah. Yeah, my dumb ass was sitting here trying to talk, man. I even know I was muted. Then I saw
You were
I'm still trying to get
I think
huh?
there's a delay. I think it's a delay, and you were talking through the video. That's why you were muted.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
I mean, I'm not saying neither you or Miss She Said is wrong. I mean, those are pretty valid points you both made. But I think the bigger, and this is just my opinion, right? I don't have all the answers, but I think the bigger problem is when I hear and I'm not gonna say it's most women because that wouldn't be fair, right? But the women that do come online and talk, the ones who are pretty vocal about it, when I hear them talk, I don't really hear a female that's coming from a place of love, nurturing, um, selfless, willing to sacrifice. Like, if you're going to be a parent, those are qualities that are a must. If you're going to raise a child that's going to be a decent person one day, they require all those things. Like the analogy that Mr. He said use, that's a pretty good analogy because when you think of a rose coming out of a concrete, right? A rose, needs sunlight, it needs water, it needs it needs to grow out of soil that's nutrient rich. You know, a rose that's grown out of a concrete, that's a very rough environment to grow in. So when a child comes up lacking the love and the nurturing, um, there's no telling what type of adult you're going to get from that. You know what I mean? And I just think that everybody's not cut out for that. Just because we have the biological parts to produce life, that doesn't necessarily mean that we would be good parents. That's not for everybody because some people are just very self-serving. They can't think of anybody else but themselves and their own wants and their own needs. You got to know that when I participate in creating this life, my wants and my needs are going to come second to this child because this child's going to need everything that I have to give them. That's just my opinion.
No, that's a fact. And,
Yeah.
and that's
And I don't even have kids, but I think like this. Shit.
But make sure you choose a woman that thinks very similar to you.
Right. Not right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but there's a
Right.
thin line between just wanting to be a individual and not care for a child, but I hear a mental disorder here. Again, I say sociopath and psychopath a lot, but think about this. They don't want to care for the child, they push out their body. They push the man that's created the child with them away from them. They don't have a support system, so they canceled out all of their family and friends. That's a little crazy to me.
Yeah.
That you have none of that. Again, a lot of people said boo-hoo, and a lot of people are up in arms from the girl with the kids in the house and the girl with the kids in the car. But again, I see women that didn't make any connections, that these people didn't peek their head in the house. Yeah, I'm gonna drop some food over here, but I want to see what's going on in here. Again, this is why we say consciousness is a part of this all. Because I'm a man. And I'm not just a man when women is around. I'm not just a man when hyenas is around. I'm a man when it's a house full of kids and I drop some food off over there and their mom ain't there. And I'm like, well, nah, I got to look my head in here and see what's going on in here. Why is it shit on the wall and shit on the floor and shit everywhere? Again, this is a parent. Once I see one thing wrong, I look in your room. Oh, the floor got shit on it. Oh, dishes. Oh, the bed ain't made. Now I'm seeing other things. This is conscious parenting, but y'all people are neglectful and reactionary. This is why we see people getting so mad now. This is why I just showed you in the missus, the girl going in the house. I'm here, y'all. Look, y'all. Here's the house, y'all. They are so reactionary. They don't give a fuck about them kids before. But now you go in there, it's a tourist spot. Like it's Martin Luther King assassination spot.
Exactly. Yeah.
Y'all are unbelievable, and I don't buy it. I don't care how you feel about how Mr. He said say stuff. I don't care because this is happening right here. And again, when you use it as an excuse, when you knew you was gonna keep the baby, even though you could have took the plan B, when you knew you was argumentative, when I say anything, you're gonna be like, you can't tell me what to eat. No, yes, I can. I put the baby in you. I can tell you don't eat no swine. Don't put no swine in your body with my baby in there. But y'all niggas ain't like that. Y'all niggas like, it depends. Well, you know, some of them didn't ask to be mothers. Well, you know, fuck out of here. I don't do that.
For two. She eating for
I don't
three.
do that. I'm from Bed-Stuy. I don't do that. We don't make excuses for foolery. You lay down, you open your legs, you got a baby. It should be about not you no more. And that's where the sociopath and the psychopath comes in. Easy. It's not about you no more. When you push me away, you push your mom away, you push my mom away because you think you the head woman in charge. When you tell me to kill Ricky, I better kill Ricky. Like, they're grandiose. They think they are the end all be all, and I don't play that shit over here. I love my woman. I love my sister. I show them the utmost respect, but every woman ain't my sister and my missus.
And we came up in this. And it's 30 years
But-
later. It's intensified by, you know, a lot. So, you know, what you think, C?
But see, here's the funny thing, though, right? Unlike you, Miss She said, unlike you and your husband, like everybody else don't have enough common sense to know that not only when I lay down with this person, it's a chance we can have a kid together, right? But when you take it a step further and get married, this is literally somebody that you're connecting yourself to. You know what I'm saying? This person is going to be an integral part of your life. So if you connect yourself to a piece of shit person, you're gonna get piece of shit results. You know what I'm saying? But if you get with somebody that's like minded and y'all moving in the right direction, the only place y'all can move is up. You see what I'm saying? I think a lot of people get so wrapped up in letting their hormones run shit versus actually taking the time, get to know this person, vet them, you know what I'm saying? No, just trying to know everything that they can about this person. Like, why are you not trying to get to know this person's parents? You know what I'm saying? Like how they act, how they move, you know what I'm saying? Like what their beliefs are, just like the circle of people that have a large and I apologize if I'm kind of, going off rails a little bit. But there are just so many different elements when you get with a person. You need to make sure you know all of these things, because once you connect yourself with that person with a kid, you're gonna have to deal with that person for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much all your life for the most part. Marriage the same. So when I hear people, just go off and, oh, this person I was with was a piece of shit, this terrible father, terrible husband. I mean, shit, last time I checked, didn't nobody make you get with this person. You know what I'm saying? Whether you got with them for superficial reasons, you know what I'm saying? The sex was good. What, you know what I'm saying? Where you just, like, you know what I'm saying? You thought this person made real good money and could provide a certain type of lifestyle, but like, what type of morals or principles do they have? You know what I'm saying? Shit, do they even believe in a higher power? You don't care about none of that.
People ain't doing none of that. Yeah, they definitely not doing that.
So let's go to number 2 because it's almost time to do Mr. Caleb thing. So number 2, practice self-care. Take time for yourself and do the things that you enjoy. Get enough sleep. Eat healthy foods. Number 1, exercise regularly. Set boundaries. Learn to say no to extra commitments. Improve nutrition and exercise. We said that earlier. Reduce screen time. Now, here we go. This is the interesting one. And reduce screen time means limit your time on social media. I think most people spend too much time on social media. They spend all day on social media. They be on panels.
That's an addiction.
On social media, and they wonder why they're exhausted and burnt out. So reducing screen time, developing routines. I think either brother or sis put it in the chat. Time management skills is a must if you are a mother. There's no way around it. no way, unless you want to be burnt out.
Mhm.
You have to have time management.
Right.
Celebrate the small achievement. Appreciate your everyday accomplishments. Don't beat up on yourself if you don't get everything done. You are not perfect. Keep that in mind. I have a little clip to talk about the overcoming the depletion, and then we have one more point, and that is the point that I want to get to for my brother and my sis. So let's see what this video, which is a quick one. Let's go.
Self-care isn't selfish. As moms, we tend to put everyone else's needs before our own. But remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Take some time out for yourself every day, even if it's just a few minutes of quiet meditation or a hot bubble bath after the kids are in bed. Reach out for support. You don't have to go through this alone. Talk to your partner, a trusted friend, or even a support group for moms. Sometimes just sharing your feelings can be incredibly cathartic. Set realistic expectations. It's okay if you can't do it all. You're only human after all. Learn to prioritize and delegate tasks, whether it's asking your partner to help out more around the house or hiring a babysitter for a few hours a week so you can have some time to yourself. Practice mindfulness. Instead of dwelling on what you haven't done or what you should be doing, try to focus on the present moment. Mindfulness techniques like deep breathing or guided imagery can help alleviate stress and bring a sense of calmness. Seek professional help if needed. While it's great to take matters into your own hands, sometimes professional help is necessary. If you're feeling overwhelmed to the point where it's affecting your daily life, don't hesitate to reach out to a therapist or counselor who specializes in maternal mental health. Remember, it's okay not to be okay sometimes. Motherhood is tough, but it's also incredibly rewarding. By recognizing and addressing depleted mom syndrome, DMS, you're taking a proactive step towards being the best mom you can be, for yourself and for your family. We at Mom Empower Hub are committed to acknowledging the many ebbs and flows of motherhood, and we'll do our best to address these issues from a mom perspective, providing practical tips that we hope will help. Because we understand that motherhood isn't always sunshine and rainbows, but by supporting each other, we can navigate the challenges and celebrate the joys together. So, fellow moms, let's prioritize our mental and emotional well-being, not just for ourselves, but for our families too. Because when we take care of ourselves, we're better equipped to show up as the loving, resilient moms that we are. Thank you for joining us today, and until next time, take care and keep shining bright. With love and solidarity, Mom Empower Hub, like, share, and subscribe.
You heard some of my kids playing in the background, but I'm about to say some things about being a mom that are common, but they're not normal. They're not okay. Standing up in the kitchen to eat your meals instead of sitting down and being relaxed, it's not okay. Waking up in the middle of the night because you thought you heard your baby crying, you heard some phantom cries, it's not okay. Waking up in the middle of the night as if somebody shot you in your chest with a syringe full of adrenaline is not okay. Sitting around in analysis paralysis while your children are taking a nap because...
Wait, that's not okay?
No, it's not.
I'm over here laughing. Like, this is fucked up. It's fucked up.
That's not okay. Who told you that, lady? I don't know.
Absolutely understand. Yes. Yes.
You wake up like that all the time. Like, chill.
Jump off them babies, yo, for years. Yeah.
3:15. I'm waking up with adrenaline. Okay.
Yeah. I was like the warden running around checking every room.
Exactly. Your doors, windows, making sure he breathes.
No shame. Yep. Fuck that. I gotta make sure we protect it. You know, and you come up in them environments where, you know, you gotta watch your back. So
look.
Even in the house, it's safe, but I don't know what that's all about.
Right.
It's hormonal. It is those fluctuations of hormones. Like, we are raging hormone humans.
Yes. Trust me, sis. When I say this miniseries, we gonna get deep. We gonna get deep.
Yeah, you know, women talking about they want a man with emotional intelligence. Men want a woman with hormonal intelligence.
Hormonal intelligence.
Look
Okay.
at that shit. If you heard it somewhere else, you heard it from Mrs. She Said.
Okay. Thank you. Coin it, sis. Coin it.
It's real. It's real.
But I'm triggered because she said my adrenaline rush at 3:15 every morning is not okay.
That's the spike.
Okay, here we go.
Children are taking a nap because you're too scared to do anything, because maybe you can't figure out what to do with yourself, or you're worried that if you do figure out what to do with yourself, they're going to wake up and interrupt it. It's not okay. Not showering, not grooming yourself is not okay. Not getting enough sleep, whether it's because you couldn't sleep or...
First of all, Yes, that is not okay. Please wash ass. I mean,
Yes,
Please.
yes, Lord.
Please.
I'm definitely the nap lady. I do not take a nap. I'm gonna miss something. It's something that I could have done. Like
proves this message. That fact right there, though. Yeah.
I'm not the nap lady.
Nikki don't take naps so bad. She get mad at you. You take a nap. That's what I told her. I said
Back in the day.
I don't sleep long periods of time. I'll sleep 15 minutes like throughout the day. And for me, that's like sleeping for a few hours at a time. So I'm the cat nap taker. I take the cat naps.
A huge indication right there, fellas. That
Wish I could say that.
Was waking up all
If I
throughout the night.
if I can at least
Not going
get a
places.
couple of hours of sleep in, man, I'm a miserable person to be around.
All right, we playing the video.
Yeah.
Stay at home mom, not going places when you have the availability to do so is not okay. None of this stuff is okay. This stuff is wreaking havoc on your body. Eating stale crackers from 2 months ago because you fed your children, and as long as that's all, it's okay. It's not okay. If you're still with me, good job for working on your attention span. These habits that you have developed as coping mechanisms are not okay for a long period of time. They are wreaking havoc on your body, and you are going to develop an autoimmune condition unless you manage to turn all that mothering energy that you've been giving to your babies and turn it inward. And one of the very first things that you're going to have to do is soothe your nervous system, because it doesn't matter if you start eating more healthy and things. If your nervous system is activated and you're not in rest and digest, you're not going to be absorbing those nutrients that you need in your body. Everything's just going to be going straight through you. You're not going to be able to digest it properly. You're going to be bloated. Everything's just going to be off. Everything about your mind and body is racing, and you need to slow down. The first thing that you are going to do, the first thing that you're going to need to do is when you don't know what to do with yourself, when you wake up in the morning, whenever.
That is very, very true. That's what I do a lot of times in the morning when I get that spike. I'm listening to meditation music. I'm praying. I'm meditating. I'm listening to frequency. I'm listening to bowls. I'm listening to bells. Something to get my spirit man, my nervous system well. So she is absolutely right on this.
I wouldn't disagree either, and I actually see it. Like for her to say that some of those nutrients and things you can't even absorb because you're just running too much. Like I said, Nikki is eating less meat, a lot of less stuff, and gaining weight still. So again, but it was a lot of running, and not just physical running, mental running, like always just
on the move,
like chill. And, you know, her mom comes to visit, and she's, mommy, chill. Like
same thing.
It's just like they gotta just take a second to just chill. So.
Yeah. But like you said, all of that is hormones. Like women, we carry about 250, you know, but what's spoken of is the three main.
Gotcha.
You understand? So I have a lot of hormones there, but the ones that came from my reproductive system, I don't have no more, but they were very needed and necessary. So balancing, mind clarity, like even balance, just walking, all of it, like it really affects everything. And I think the more we know as women, it's going to help us and to regulate our mood and how we respond and react to every fucking thing. And when you see we are in a society of victimization, like that shit is blaming everything and everybody else for what we're feeling, and that disconnect, like she said, with the nervous system, because it all is connected.
Exactly.
So, you know.
Yeah, and that goes to another point we were saying about the nutrients and stuff. It goes back to the high cortisol. Women, when you got those big beer belly and that hanging flappy thing over your coochie, that's high cortisol. And that comes from the same thing she's talking about right now. Stress, hormones unbalance. That's what that is.
Inflammation and mucus.
Right.
For eating.
Exactly. Trust us. So we're going to get into it. Go ahead, CBZ.
They got a delay. Probably like 10 seconds.
Okay. Is it safe to play the video?
Yeah, we're going to play the video.
Okay, go ahead.
Be guided, because with your mind going a million miles a minute, like I know it is, you're going to need somebody else's voice to anchor you in that moment. and listen to that meditation until you start yawning, until you cannot stop yawning, because you need to force your nervous system into relaxation so you can be calm, so you can enter that state of rest and digest, so you can begin to heal, so you can become present, so you can then know what to do with yourself. Because right now your nervous system is just scanning for danger all over the place, and it's wreaking havoc on your body, and you need some help. Turn that mothering energy inward and start to regulate your nervous system. Look up the videos, find what works for you. What works for somebody else may not work for you, but you need to find what works for you.
When you give birth to a child, when a human being is coming out of your body, everything changes. Priorities. What matters, you learn to go to the core of things. What I want people to remember is that you can fall beneath the earth, but you always can rise. It does not matter how hard it is. Get up and live your life. You know it. That's how we roll.
All right. We are on the last slide, strategies to overcome depleted mother syndrome. And I started chuckling when I read this information. I started laughing my little toothy off because the last point of overcoming depleted mother syndrome is something that we hear a lot when we're on these parts in these YouTube streets. Conscious parenting. Brother and sis, the floor is yours.
Learn about conscious parenting. Conscious parenting is a practice that realizes, that relies on mindfulness,
Yeah, you might have to
being
zoom it in.
aware of who you are as a person and as a parent, so you can act with intentionality. Absolutely.
Sounds about right.
Mindfulness is a stress management technique where the goal to stay in the present moment. Dr. Sullivan explains, you try not to look ahead to the future where there could be anxiety, fear, and uncertainty, or to the past where we can see regret or remorse. It keeps you right where you are right now. Conscious parenting and mindful practices in general.
Mindfulness.
Practices in general can help you feel less overwhelmed if you're not spiraling out about
that to-do list. You can spend a moment, in the moment. You can spend a moment, in the moment. That's how I do it.
And for the people that, this claim came from the Cleveland Health Science Department at the Cleveland Health Center. I dropped the link in the description. This is actually a thing. Promote conscious parenting.
Being conscious, and consciousness is real, and parenting is a duty and a responsibility. It has a role, it's a title, it's things that you have to do, like put them together. It's a real thing.
It is. It is. No, and this is, along the lines that we were thinking, that, the first thing you're going to think about is how do I stop this? And it's a before, a during, or a after type of thing. If you don't have the skills, you can learn. If you're in the middle of maybe, questionable parenting, you can stop. You can incorporate new skills. You can, do a 80-20. It's so many things. And if you're just a completely bad parent, you can just, look for the solution inside the problem. They eat too much sugar. Stop giving them so much sugar.
Right. We do have a program to offer for parents, families, people who are raising children. It might be grandparents, aunts and uncles, whoever. It's for anyone who needs some help. You can hit us up at our email, promoteconsciousparenting@gmail.com, and let us know a little bit about your situation, and go from there. But there's help. And it's small steps to getting there.
That's awesome. Their links is also in the description as well, guys. So.
Yeah, and the first part is being conscious about your situation, what you're
Mhm.
willing to do to make that change, because our kids need it.
Yep. So my question to you guys would be, when it comes to conscious parenting and depleted mom syndrome, what would be the advice from the conscious parenting part you would give for a mom that is experiencing mommy burnout right now? What would be your advice?
All of what you provided today
Mhm.
has a lot of information in there. Some of the strategies that you showed in the video that the women were saying, take the time for yourself. Always ask for help. Ask for help. The part of managing your time is a big part. But that consciousness is being in the right now. All of the worry about the future, living in your trauma about your past, all of that messes up. It messes up the joy of parenting in the now.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And we have all these horrible expectations. It sets you on a horrible mindset. So when that mindset is skewed, if you don't have nobody to talk to, like it's ladies gotta reach out, and again that's hard because the trauma that's in the past, again, and the worrying about the future, it's a lot of confusion going on in these heads.
Right.
Real for real, like it really needs to be discussed, and that baby shower situation needs to be changed. How
Mhm.
it's practiced over the past 40 years, and bring it to a new.
Mhm.
You got anything to add, babe? I know I'm rambling. Pardon
It's
me.
no, you're fine. Just humble yourself, which is always my suggestion. You gotta humble yourself to be able to ask for help, to know that you can't do it all, that no matter what you think, we all kind of have equal parts in the family. I know you guys think mommy is the engine, or the neck that turns the head, or whatever word you guys are using, to describe your role nowadays. But we all just a family, and I'm gonna end with our logo.
Mhm.
But promote conscious parenting is a brain and a heart, and if you got those, like it's your baby. Like have a heart. Have some empathy, some sympathy, like nurture it, care for it, water it like a
Mhm.
flower, or it's gonna die.
Right.
And have a brain, because you gotta be smart. If you're not smart, read a book. If you don't got a book, get an
That's
audio book.
Yep, be self-taught.
But if you're not smart, you're not gonna go far. And I
Right.
know a lot of people on the internet, proclaim smart and say everybody else ain't smart, but I would love to see y'all high school,
Right.
report cards. I would love to see y'all college degrees. Y'all got that little gold cum laude sticker
Right.
on there? Like, I doubt it.
he,
But I digress.
he's
You gotta have a brain and you gotta
he's
have a heart, especially if you got a child, man. You gotta care about something more than yourself. That's why we say love something, do something for somebody other than you, because that's when real character shines through. And especially if it's your kids that share your last name and your DNA and your blood and your food and your house and your car.
Selfless.
Y'all just selfish.
See, Breezy, last words.
he, he said, look, I rock with you, but you asking a little bit too much on that part. Talk about have a brain. Half of these motherfuckers ain't got no brain out
Oh
there,
I
man.
Lord,
know,
oh
Cynthia.
Lord.
I know. Shit,
you
I'm
know,
sorry. I'm
half
sorry.
of these motherfuckers dumb as shit out here.
They better go see
No,
the
but
Wizard of Oz.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
I can't.
no, but
be encouraged too.
just no, but just looking at it, right? Anybody who's coming into that situation, what I'm saying, parenthood, whether it's the male, and especially the female, because she's the one that's going to have to go through like the whole birthing process and hormones, just I I'm not a woman, I just listen to what Miss She said, and Red was saying, but obviously with every woman it's not going to be the same. But when you go get ready to go into it, just go into it knowing that even if I got a support system behind me, backing me, it's still going to be hard regardless. And by some chance, if that person that I have a child with, they decide to split and they're not there anymore, and they're not willing to give any type of help, just know it's going to be just that much harder. So when I hear women say, "Oh, I don't need no help, I got this," I don't really think you understand what type of mountain you got standing in front of you. You know what I'm saying? That shit is a lot easier. It's easy to say that shit, but I can just only imagine how hard it is having to raise a child all by yourself, and you don't have no type of support system whatsoever. But that's all. That's it for me. That's all I got to say.
So, just to recap, make sure you guys look at these signs and symptoms of depleted mother. So, gentlemen, when you're around the mother of your children, I'm getting out of the habit of saying baby mama. Thank you, brother, for correction. The mother of your children, if you see any of these signs, make sure you guys take a snapshot of it. I'll put it in the comments as well, so that you'll be able to talk to her about it and give her the help that she needs, so that she doesn't fall deeper into depleted mother syndrome. And make sure you guys look at some of the reasons, some of the ways that you can overcome it. And I think the first one is one of the most important ones, is asking for help. Asking for help. And of course, we want to be supported. Promote conscious parenting, guys. Promote conscious parenting. Thank you guys for coming
Definitely
through.
support.
Sea Breezy for coming up and joining the conversation. Brother and sis for coming up and going through this part with telling us a little bit more about conscious parenting. And again, I was tickled pink when when it got. I said, "Look at that! Just look at that! Look at that!" So all the links is in the description. A couple of the resources in the description as well. And also the contact information for brother and sis promote conscious parenting. Please reach out to them if you have any questions. You need some advice on homeschooling, how to regulate, the home when you have multiple children, and a whole host of things. And if you have a child with autism, most definitely reach out to me. The links is in the description as well. I definitely will be able to give you some advice on how to help you get through the mommy burnout when you are dealing with a child with a disability. Thank you guys for tuning in for the first episode of the Mommy Dearest Syndrome mini series. Okay, I coined it. There's no such thing as Mommy Dearest Syndrome, but it's mine now. Okay, so if you hear it, you hear it. If you heard it here, okay, it's mine. Next week we're
Red lipstick.
Yes.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So how much money would I have to pay you to kick someone out of the chat? Just curious.
Why?
What's the dollar amount you gonna put on that? Huh?
What is happening right now?
Oh, no reason. No reason in particular. I'm just curious. I know you're a woman who's about capitalism. That's why I was asking.
Who told you that? I don't know, brother. What you think, brother? I'll defer that to the men's. What you think, brother? How much should I let him?
To kick him out the chair, I mean, $5. Get him going.
$5, brother. You
I was
know,
gonna say 50. Chat. They not on the panel.
They ain't fighting.
Yeah, that's not.
That's you lowballing. You know, see,
I'm not.
It's a lot of smack being talked on my name in these streets, man. I don't appreciate that. I'm finna start regulating on that shit, bro.
Brother gonna lowball me. Lord have mercy.
I'm not a capitalist. I'm not.
How's 20? How's 20?
See, there you
Yeah,
go.
that sound about right. Send that to me. Yeah, sound about right, because you heard what I said.
Yeah, it's all right.
You ain't asked me.
I got something for your ass, girl. Keep talking shit.
I am not a man.
Damn.
Oh my God.
He is in sniper mode.
Who you want to do it? You want me to do it? Wait a minute. Let me.
Wait a minute, I ain't getting no
Say
money.
their name, goddamn.
I gotta get the money first. Wait.
You know I love you in the chat, whoever you is. It is.
Look, you can't snipe nobody.
I'm on the button.
This mess.
What you say?
She said she got her finger on the trigger.
Right on the trigger. My brother said you insulting him.
Lord have mercy. Look, we got bounties going on. Lord have mercy. And then next thing she gonna know is how much gonna be with the dropping from the panel.
Right now, imagine you right. If it's $20 to get somebody out the chat, how much is it to get them off the panel?
50.
$50.
I'm gonna stop coming to this
and
show.
to the Cashapp. Don't
broke,
send it to
baby.
YouTube.
Right,
They're right in my pocket.
Candy, you gotta see
think.
so I can spend it.
Nah.
You know, don't feed the rat race. Feed my
Yeah, I'm not worried about a certain somebody dropping me from the panel. I'm not worried about that.
Listen to the Lord have mercy.
Cause if somebody see $50 going up out that bank account, it's gonna be some explaining that needs to be done on that shit. So I'm not worried about that.
Like, what's going on here? What you spending $50 on YouTube for? Or who Cash App you send $50 to? Oh my goodness. Infighting going on. Lord have mercy. What Great Pill? What are you doing? Great Pill. I'll take one for the team.
He just playing.
I'll take one for the team. Just remember after I'm gone.
Lord have mercy.
I mean, just got better places than this before.
CB
That's what I
was
say.
just playing.
I'm out of here.
It's tight.
But
gracious.
All right, guys, because I got speaking of mommy duties, I got to attend to my big kid right now. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for coming up. Thank you guys for all of the support, all of the Cash Apps, all of the super chats, and all the other stuff that y'all sent them, and the like button and the dislike button, and I don't like you girl button, and I hate you button, and I'm envious of you button, and I'm jealous of you button. I want you to be like you button. And thank you for it all. Okay.
Damn.
Okay. But just know this is going to be additional 5 weeks on Mondays. So every Monday from going forward will be a Mommy Dearest episode, because we got a lot of information to get through. I know we see a lot of debauchery that's going on with the mamas. This ain't nothing new for me and Miss She Said, because we've been telling y'all about this shit. However, we see, people exposing and doing and talking about it, but I want to dig a little deeper. Let's talk about the reasons why some of these women are doing the things that they're doing, and giving them solutions and some resources so that they can become better mothers. Because I'd rather them become better mothers and better women than just be talked about. And
yes,
if we're going to talk about them, we got to give them something too. So that's my goal.
Oh, absolutely.
So having said that, y'all know what I'm about to do.
As soon as the show over, he do like this. Well, I'm ready to go. Hold up. Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets, cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here, ain't stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but see profit here. Wait up, we gon' always win. Promise that that's not a promise, yeah, that is a threat. You know that I promise to bring the team commas. When the whole team win, that's when you flex. Win, and I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again. Tell 'em I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. We already know that we the coldest. Watch me heat it up, let me focus. I'm going toe to toe with foes. I know they notice. I kick in doors, they only hope for closing. Why? Cause they know I go again. And when they get it dry, I'm the one that can make it flow again. Talk to me nice, my team they ready to go again. Running into us, we gladly send you home again. We don't talk, better know the grind gon' match my walk. I'm a cheat code, I don't take no loss. Making no sense, run up the scope. Cause all I do is win. And I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again. Tell 'em I can't take no loss. My team hold no